Now. Testing, testing. Yeah. I think I know why it does that. And let me do some filtering real quick because I know I'm a little bit too loud. But I think I know why. It's because I have a voice mod and I was using it for the game that we were playing before. So what I'm going to do is I am going to fix the property. Well, first off, I want to fix the properties of my mic's audio right here. Because it's way too high. Testing, testing. Mic audio? Yep. Yeah, it's a little too high. I would say down to about 90%. And then that's about 75%. It's a little bit better. And let's check the... We'll leave that right there. Yeah, I use a voice mod, and that's why it got a little bit weird on this thing. I could change that later and make my job a whole lot easier. Huh. There we go. We can leave that right there, and then filter. Noise suppression is on. It's too loud. I would say around 15. You can go down to 14, it's fine. 14, negative 14 dB. Boom, boom, boom. That'll be the limiter. What about me? You get negative 3 right there. And there we go. That's good enough. Not too much. Not too much. We'll leave it right there. That way I'm not blowing people's ears out. I don't want to do that. And the booster that I got for the music, boom. That'll be fine. Okay, sorry about that. Hey everybody. Yeah, I had a little bit of an audio issue. It's because I was using the voice mod. And I was using that for when I was doing the Warhammer 40k Mechanicus thing that we were doing 2 days ago. And yeah, I never changed it. So I got it fixed. We're good. Sorry about that. I apologize. Have you tried Arc Raiders yet? If not, I highly recommend it. If you're into that game, I'm not into that game. Yeah, I'm not into that game. They got body type A and B, and also the characters look ugly. And I'm like, why would I spend money on a game where spend money to be ugly? I can do that shit for free. So, no thanks. Okay. We have to send our praises to, before we begin, I would like to, before we begin this hard rant stream, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a story. We are going to talk about the man, myth, the legend, Tomonobu Itagaki, who has created Dead or Alive. I played a lot of Dead or Alive 4, and it kind of pains me to say that he has passed away not too long ago. And let me show you. So this is my man. Yes, he did Dead or Alive. He is the prime. The two things that bring him out a lot. No, three things. Old school rock, especially hairy metal rock and stuff like that. Jiggle physics and difficult video games. Of course, I leaned into his video games a lot as a kid. I played a lot of Dead or Alive, especially Dead or Alive 4. I whipped my my brethren's asses when my friends came over. I whipped their ass. I was a demon in Dead or Alive 4. I have made enemies and I've made friends playing that game. It was so good, and that was when video games were pure and everything just made sense back in the day. Now shit's just fucking weird. But man, he and his team are the people responsible for what I like today. Now, he whipped my ass at Ninja Gaiden, okay? Okay? He can take that to the grave. Alright? This motherfucker whipped my ass in Ninja Gaiden. I was like, God damn! These motherfuckers come out of the fucking woodwork and whip your ass in Ninja Gaiden. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I really did appreciate the stuff that he's made. He's responsible for this. And he's responsible for this. And who knows? Maybe we'll play some Ninja Gaiden later on. I think it's really cool that his team really does focus on what Ninja Gaiden is. Hard, difficult, like fucking excellent, speedy combat, and titties. Those are the two prime focus points of both of those games. Now, of course, since my man is gone, there's a good chance that Ninja Gaiden might change, but I don't think that's going to be the case, because right now Japan is going into this sort of crisis where they are fully aware of what not only China but Japan and South Korea are starting to slowly understand. Oh shit, that Western bullshit, that Western communist bullshit, nobody likes it. It's not lucrative. We don't make any money. So hopefully Team Ninja still pulls through, even though he's not there. It's a big loss though, it is. But I say God bless. I hope God finds him and sends him on his way to his ancestors. I think man's wonderful. I think he's a motherfucking G. Let me show you what he said, like, in the past. Like, oh my gosh. Of course he met Ed Boon, the lesser version, the way lesser version of Itagaki, because this motherfucker had sexy he had sexy Mortal Kombat characters, and then he changed it to some fucking woke bullshit. So fuck Ed Boon. Itagaki's still number one. He's still the GOAT. That's what it's all about right there. Like, even Lords of the Fallen represents Itagaki. I say, first of all, Lords of the Fallen devs, can you give your woman an ass? What the fuck is up? But anyway, let's focus on, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, Learning the Law says, thank you, Itagaki, for creating Ayane and revolutionizing the ninja style in video games. I think I know what he's saying. I think I know exactly what he's saying. She was my prime pick, next to, of course, the other one, the long-haired one. No, it was the fucking karate bitch. It was the fucking karate bitch. I use her so much. It's like, of course I used him, the guy that's kind of like basically martial law, but I used the fucking karate bitch. She was preem. But I think this is what he said almost on his final days. Words to leave. The light of my life is about to run out. The fact that this sentence has been posted means it's finally time. I'm no longer in this world. The last post is asking someone special to me. My life has been a series of battles. We stayed winning, of course. I've caused a lot of trouble. Awesome. I stand by my beliefs and I own it. No regrets. I just feel so sorry to all my fans for not being able to deliver my new work. I'm sorry. It is what it is. So it goes. Itagaki. I don't know what he was working on, but the fact that he feels sorry for leaving, but I say hats off to you. I think the coolest thing that he would ever say is, at first it was easier, but when the testers said this is too difficult, I just made it even more difficult. What a fucking badass. That's exactly what you need in video games. And that's the latest picture that he's had. Of course, he's older. And yeah, he's a motherfucking legend. Itagaki and family is like, thank you for bringing this man to us over here in the US. Bless him. May God bless him. And I'm sorry for your loss. He'll never be forgotten. No, never be forgotten. The color looks good on you, by the way. Oh, this right here. Yeah, hold on. I got a shirt that says, got that. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, you fine. It's fine. Got a new shirt. It's all good. What a fucking G, man. What a G. I got more. How y'all doing? What's up? Have you, okay, that's fair. The faces were less than ideal. Yeah, the faces were ideal. I think this is... Oh, you saw it? I think this is the thing with me and arc writers, and I'll say this right now. The thing with arc writers, the way I saw it was, yes, I will... Anybody playing arc writers, have fun. But here is my stamp of approval. You have to have excellent gameplay and attractive characters. You have to... No. The rule of cool and attractive is all the same. So if you have a character that looks interesting, I'll play it. The gameplay is great, I'll play it. But you have to have both. I want attractive or rule of cool characters and excellent gameplay melded together. I will not take just excellent gameplay anymore. I just won't. Even with... I won't do the A and B body type thing anymore. I'm done with it. It has saved me a lot of money to stay away from games that have A and B to it, and I'm perfectly just fine. It's so weird, though. It's so weird, and I'll say this here right now. It is so weird that I back away from a game that actually looks interesting, but the characters don't look attractive, and after not trying to buy the new game... After 2 days, it's like you feel much better because you're not trying to chase a high. You're just, I want the game. I want the game and the characters to be peak. Both of them. Both of them. Perfect example would be Expedition 33. That shit gave me both. It was great. It was great. And the story, oh, that was... God, the story was fucking great. You want us to start off with the D&D because I'm feeling zesty right now? I might need to get myself another drink here. We're going to talk about this D&D shit. Because, it's good to see you all, by the way. Good to see you all. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. Oh my god. Alright, so I'm moving myself, by the way. Okay, I'm moving myself. I need to talk about this. Let me go get a drink. I will be right back. Oh yeah. Okay. What up, below average? How you doing? Okay. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Hey everybody. This is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and wenches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We are back again, talking about Wizard of the Coast. Again. We keep coming back to Wizard of the Coast, again and again, with more ugly news, or more verifiable news of what Wizard of the Coast is. There is a reason for the constant layoffs of Wizard of the Coast, which is weird, right? Because you would think after Baldur's Gate 3, they would not be having layoffs. Well, when in actuality, all the layoffs during and after Baldur's Gate 3 are all on Wizard of the Coast. It is not on Larian Studios, even though I do have my negative thoughts about certain things in Baldur's Gate 3. All in all, that's a perfect game. However, anything involving Wizard of the Coast or Magic the Gathering, D&D, has all failed because now that there's less people, we're getting new people that probably don't know anything about Wizard of the Coast, D&D, or Magic the Gathering, and now they're changing formulas, changing ways with their communist fucking agenda, and giving us slop. Usually I don't use this word because I feel like it's been played out. Not this time. What we've been getting from D&D, what we've been getting from these losers in Wizard of the Coast and Magic the Gathering is all slop. Here's a perfect example. Magic the Gathering. Why are we getting cards related to Final Fantasy? Why are we getting cards related to characters that are not even related to Magic the Gathering? I hear they were about to make a Magic the Gathering card related to Spider-Man. Why do they keep on doing this? Here's another thing. Why is it that Magic the Gathering has a black Aragorn from Lord of the Rings? You want to tell me what the fuck is up with that shit? Because the last time I checked, Aragorn didn't have a nappy-headed hair. Now, see, let me tell you what the hell is going on with Wizard of the Coast. These are individuals that do not care about money. It's basically... this is a perfect example. It's like, you know, when an individual who is illegally going into your house while you're home and they're squatting, house squatting. That's exactly what they're doing with Wizard of the Coast or D&D or Magic the Gathering. They're squatters. They don't benefit anything to the house. They shouldn't be in the house. They don't benefit the house. They are just here with their shit and they should be gone. They should be rooted the fuck out. These individuals are not here for anything other than themselves. That's just the truth. That's the way it is. And here's another thing. They don't even care, or they hate the former lead people of D&D. They hate them. So what they do is, well, we don't like this because we consider it racist. Who the fuck makes you the arbiter of what is racist? And here's another thing. Why the fuck do we care? Because last time I checked, racism was kind of cool. Especially when it comes to friends And especially when it comes to entertainment. You know, elves don't like dwarves. Dwarves don't like literally anybody. It's just like BioWare. When it used to have like, oh, well, nobody likes the humans. Nobody is, especially, no, humans are mostly populated and they don't like the Qunari. The Qunari don't like it when, like, women do things that are related to men because they, you know, women need to be put in their place. We have all these sort of political or cultural differences that made stories great, but constantly Wizard of the Coast is doing this sort of victim virtue signaling mentality where they're just like, I know we don't have any money anymore, I know Hasbro is losing a whole bunch of money, but wouldn't it be cool if we had a black Aragon? Because everybody's been asking me to change Aragon black. Who's told you that? Man, all my friends. They're not here right now, but yeah, all my friends, they've told me this. So let's go back to this. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's right, the queerest, gayest, weirdest fucking shit I've ever fucking seen. Usually when you want somebody to be introduced to Dungeons and Dragons, you want them to have fun, not put something up their ass. This is like, it's like they're trying to appeal to children, but they forgot how children act. Last time I checked, I talked to, I was like, while I was like working and shit, this one kid was like, I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm a knight. And I was like, that's cool. It's like, is that a shield? Yeah. Are you gonna, I don't know, fight a dragon or something? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, that's it. That's the kid. That's it. He doesn't want any of this shit. Is this, you're trying to appeal to kids or to a modern audience? This is not what anybody wants. This is not what anybody wants to see. It's just how it is. Now, if this was an individual who drew this, like somebody just, oh, this is what I want to draw, nobody would care. But this is straight from Dungeons and Dragons, their own website, and they're like, oh man, the realm is for everyone. The realm isn't for everyone in D&D. The world is brutal. You got kobolds in here with fucking maracas. The last time I checked, kobolds don't like anybody except kobolds. Hell, sometimes kobolds kill their own. Yeah, it's that crazy. You got a blue dragon flying in the distance. Last time I checked, blue dragons don't like us. You got your rainbow up there. I know that's your favorite shit. You got your drag queens. You got gay fucking old ass couples. At least you portrayed them right. They're all fat. You got a gay couple in the middle. That. You want to know the funny thing about this is? I've been reading the comments on this picture, and gay people are hating this shit now. Because they're just like, can you just show some... They're like, can you stop portraying us? It's just like me with the Aragon shit. Can you stop trying to do... Stop alienating us. Just stop it. Just put a giant barbarian dude holding a giant axe and fighting off a fucking dragon and like a hot dancer woman who's barely clothed holding on to his arm and shit. That's what people want. It's just how it is. And, oh yeah, and like a shaman with a bow and arrow and shit, like and like a dwarf with like an axe and a shield, and you know he runs like this and shit with some cool ass leather armor and shit. That's what we want. But we ain't getting that shit anymore. What we got is gay, communist gay. This is what you got. Oh, and I totally forgot the biggest one on this picture. Why the fuck is there a beholder up in here? With his gay eyes and shit. Look at this motherfucker. He's looking at everybody just like, can't wait until we have an orgy. Are we serious right now? This is who we are. It's like a halftime show at like some sort of like sports arena. And everybody's just like, oh shit, cool football game. Oh shit, cool Olympics. And everybody's pumped and shit. And here comes the fucking queers. Ruining our mood and shit. And they can't sing. And they're just like, look at me in a dress. And everybody's just like, is the halftime over? And then they start singing their second song and be like, all right, the halftime's not over. I'm gonna go get a hot dog, cause this shit's annoying. That's the kind of shit that I'm fucking talking about. You got Beast Boy on the left. You got guy with earrings. We got this. The haircuts just show. When they have the side haircuts, it just shows the bullshit. You want to know my favorite part in this whole picture? Is the white people all the way in the fucking back. Like, the white people are all the way in the back, like, they drew the white people all the way in the back, like, I guess we'll just be here. Let me get out the fucking way. My bad, king. You left your crown, king. Are they smiling? I would assume that they're smiling. But this is devoid of masculinity. This is somebody's fucking fever dream. You got... you want to tell me why there's a tower in the background that looks like a fucking flaccid dildo? You want to tell me why that's... you see it? It's right there. Why... Usually, when you see a tower, it's either straight up or it falls down. And that would be kind of interesting, like to have a tower like crashing down and shit. No, they made this tower flaccid, and I'm like, I know what you niggas are up to, okay? I got that queer knowledge. I wish I didn't have it. Nobody else has it. Well, some people do. I know that you're trying to be like, oh shit, look at this fucking dick tower. And I'm like, every time when I see something that's like trans-coded, I'm like, this is stupid, but I know exactly what this is. And then they tell you later, this is exactly what I was doing. And I'm like, God damn it, I knew I was right. God damn it, I knew I was right. And I'm like, I always mention this shit to chat and say like, this is coded for this. And then somebody in the comment section would be like, no, it's not. That doesn't make any sense. And then later on, you find out that the author or their director is fucking trans as well, or fucking gay, and they're just like, oh yeah, I wanted to do that. And I'm just like, well, there it is. There's the truth. And then they're just like, well, what's the problem with it? And I'm like, nah, Mick, nah, motherfucker. Then they just go post that shit to be like, well, what's the problem? What's wrong with it? If you don't like it, don't watch. That's ooh. If you don't like it, don't play it. That's the shit I'm talking about. And also those fucking fat fuck losers, they come up to you with that bullshit where they're just like, you control the buttons you press, or this could be your story, but it doesn't have to be everybody else's story. Fuck that shit. Dungeons and Dragons has been doing this forever, and that's their whole staple. You want to know what the sad part is? Whoever's been doing the Dungeons and Dragons website is pretty fucking dope. The setup for the Dungeons and Dragons website is... Whoever's been doing the web design is pretty fucking legit. Too bad it's fucking gay, though. But this is all the fucking slop that they've been doing with not only Dungeons and Dragons, but also Magic the Gathering. And I want to preface this so much. Nobody likes this shit. Not me, straight me, not you, not the person right behind you, not the gay people, because they don't show up for their own shit. They just don't. They're just like, man, I'm so glad we put this up here. And I'm like, then you're gonna play it, right? You're gonna buy the $70 or $50 book, right? And then they don't. And I'm like, so who's buying the books? And then we get layoffs, and I'm just like, man, you should have been there for them. You should have been there for them. Now they got more layoffs. You should have been there. I couldn't be there because it's not for me anymore. You should have been there. So this is what they've been changing with D&D and Magic the Gathering. Changing the terminology, replacing the... I feel like I've been having this conversation with you before, but I'm glad that AI is able to like consolidate everything that that I've been watching out for. I think the species one is the biggest one because there's a lot of, I wouldn't say Bretons, but half elves. There's a lot of half elf lovers out there, and they are, I would say some of the half elf lovers are pissed. And at the same time, they're just like, I guess that's just how it is. Y'all motherfuckers need to bring up your testosterone. You need to voice your opinion to Dungeons and Dragons. Because these motherfuckers are a race and like races straight off the get-go. Anyway, let's move on. Changing terminology. Replacing the term race with species in the 2024 core rule books. Decoupling ability scores from species, introducing optional and then core rules that allow players to customize their character's ability score increases, rather than having them tied to their chosen species, like elves and, you know, dexterity and, you know, the cool shit that was with 3.5 and shit. See, this is the kind of bullshit that I'm fucking talking about. Because you got motherfuckers out here trying to be a halfling, and they're just like, I can be a barbarian. No. If I ever made a video game, if you want to be a halfling barbarian, go ahead. But you're gonna be gimped. That's me. That's me. Hell, I would go a step further. If I made my own, like, D&D game, I'd be like, men get 1+ strength, and women get negative strength. Men get a negative intelligence, women get a plus intelligence. And then you could just work your way from there. That's it. That's what I'd do. And then people would be like, well, why do the women get a negative on strength? Because every single time that you're in trouble or that something physical is happening, you guys always are looking for men. When nothing bad is happening, y'all hate men. But as soon as something bad happens, you guys are like, nothing bad is happening. Defund the police. And then when something bad happens, they're just like, where are the police at? Where are the police at? You know what I mean? They always fucking do that. It's like, yo, fuck the military. Something bad happens. They're just like, where's the military at? Don't we need a military? Get rid of these guns. And then something bad happens. They're just like, we're kind of unequipped right now. You see what I'm saying? So I would find that kind of interesting because this is what I would do in like this sort of game where if I'm literally giving women the ability to have stronger magic powers. I'm literally doing that. I'm giving you a +1 on intelligence. If you're doing dexterity fucking elf, I'm giving you the tools to do dexterity elf. And if you want to do something else, you can, but you're gonna have to adjust with your ability score points. But no, we don't get that with D&D anymore. Everybody's the same. This is why I fucking hate communist bullshit, because they always do shit where it's like everything is whitewashed. We're all the same here. We're all the same. No, that's boring. I don't like everything being the same. That's boring communist bullshit. I like it when if you bring in a half orc into your team, anybody that talks to the half orc, people are racist to the half orc because he's a fucking dirty half orc. And that's just how it's gotta be, because orcs are fucking dangerous. That's just how it is. And if any motherfucker comes up to you saying like, isn't an orc kind of like a black guy? That's the racist. That's... Nobody thought that, okay? Nobody said that. It's like, why does everybody hate the orc? Huh. Everybody hates the orc because they're physical. And they're violent. And also the orcs have big lips. Wow, guys, you hate black people? And everybody turns to the motherfucker like, where the fuck did he get that shit when orcs are black people? These are the same individuals working at fucking Wizard of the Coast. I'm just saying. Reworking evil species. That's right. That's why kobolds are just fine dancing and shit. You know, shaking their fucking maracas and shit. So there's no evil species. Everybody's just neutral or just nice. Doesn't that sound fun? Don't you want to start off a story where it's just like you go into a dungeon and then the goblins are just handing you loot and they're spreading your butt cheeks so you can fuck them in the ass? Wouldn't that be a great story? Doesn't that sound fun? Oh, you thought you were gonna have like a boss battle when you go in that dungeon? No! The only thing that's at the end of the dungeon is a beholder, and the beholder wants to give you kisses. That's it. You over here thinking that things are bad gonna happen. No, not that. Removing problematic depictions, updating or removing descriptions of fictional peoples that echoed real-world stereotypes, such as the Vistani in the Curse of Strahd adventure, whose depiction was noted as being reminiscent of stereotypes associated with the Romani people. I like Necrons because they depict kind of like an Egypt kind of shit. You're gonna get rid of... Is Game Workshop gonna get rid of Necrons? You're gonna get rid of Necrons? Are we gonna get rid of Necrons because it almost sounds like the N-word? Are we gonna do that too? You wanna know the funny thing about this part right here that they were talking about with the problematic depiction? Nobody depicted that at all. Nobody cared at all. This is their own echo chamber saying, doesn't this person remind you of a Romani kind of like the Romanian people? And the funny thing is, if you told somebody that, somebody would be like, oh, I'm from Romani. I think that's pretty cool that they added that. Awesome, 2 thumbs up. And then these motherfuckers go, get it out the fucking rule book. Get it out the fucking lore book. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I like Romani. I'm from Romani. What the fuck? He's like, yeah, but get it out of here. And I'm like, what the? You see what I mean? Using sensitivity readers, incorporating cultural and sensitive consultants into the creative process to identify potential blind spots and problematic content. Anybody that says the word problematic content, you can throw that shit right out the window, okay? Listen, I like Marvel Rivals because the only thing you can't say in fucking chat is free Taiwan. That's the best I can do. Now, if they... I'm pretty sure there's more, but this whole I hate it when people just come up to you. They come up to you with this false sense of security, like this false sense of freedom, like, oh, you can do whatever you want. And I'm like, well, this is what I want to do. I want to do this, this, and this. And they're like, oh, 4 of those sound racist. We're gonna have to talk to you in the back. Implementing safety tools, including sections in books like the Dungeon Master's Guide that suggest using safety tools, which are checklists and signals players can use to stop play if a sensitive topic makes them feel unsafe. You know what? I would just add it in my story. If I was the game master and I didn't like a bitch, I'd just look at her and be like, yeah, so that lesbian is about to get double penetrated by 2 big white guys that are greased up and shit. And she's like, no, I don't like this game. Well, you got 2 choices. You either fight them or you can leave. Well, I'm leaving. And I'm like, awesome. I like the rest of your friends. You can leave. All right, boys. So I would put problematic shit in the game just to get the fucking weasels, the weeds out of my fucking garden. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, can I play as a cat person in my game? Sure, absolutely. It's like, anyway, you're in a land full of people that love to eat cats. It's like, what the fuck, bro? It's like, can I be a furry? Sure, absolutely. Anyway, so you're in a forest where a whole bunch of white dudes are trying to skin animals and shit. And they're like, what? Diversity in hiring. That's another thing that they added, but the funny thing is, there's no such thing as diversity, especially when it comes to DEI, because even they don't like black people. As a matter of fact, it's always the snake in the grass kind of diversity people that talk about diversity, because at one point they'll be like, black people, and then the next moment you notice that they don't hire black people, but they hire all the white women for some odd reason. It's kind of funny. And here's another thing. As soon as you put on a Trump hat and you're a black woman, now you're something entirely different. Now they can, out of nowhere, just call you all the slurs out of fucking no. You ever notice that? You ever notice that? Anyway, Magic the Gathering, banning cards. I wish we could ban all the fucking, like, cards that are not related to Magic the Gathering. I saw a Sephiroth card. I saw the Aragon fucking, like, Lords of the Ring card. That shit should be banned. Removing specific cards from the official Gathering database and sanctioned tournament. Have you noticed that Wizard of the Coast is always talking about, like, from the official Gatherer database, or from the official guide, or from the OG. So we're taking out the things that were enjoyable in the very beginning of the manual, and we're gonna rip the shit out. You know what I mean? When are they gonna ever add a rule where they say, so we're not gonna be gay anymore, so we're taking all the shit that we do out of the game, or out of the tool set, and then we're just leaving all the Gygax shit. We're gonna leave all the 3.5 shit. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Hell yeah, sign me up. Also, women are gonna have titty armor, and I'm like, shit, finally. It's never that way. It's the other way around. Representation, here we go. Efforts to include a broader range of diverse characters. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This is Wizard of the Coast. And you know what? You know what? After all this ranting, after all this bullshit, I do not want them to ever change. Because either two things are going to happen. One, China's going to buy you. Or two, they're just gonna shut down completely. I don't think it's gonna be the second one. It's like they're gonna fall into obscurity because there's so many other different things for Dungeons and Dragons. There's alternatives, of course, but this is what people really enjoy. This is what people really like, and it's amazing. It's downright amazing. See, this is what you need right here. That's. See, that's what a dragon would do, if I remember correctly. Anyway, there was one more thing that I wanted to show you, and I think it withstands Lee Longshanks. Do I have him followed? No, I do have him followed. Today, D&D is cynical, corporate-driven slop. Instead, play games produced by people who actually understand and respect the hobby. We got ourselves Castle Crusaders. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty awesome. We got ourselves Old School Essentials Classic Fantasy. Pretty cool set. I like this. I like the whole different artistic style to each one of these. We also have Shadow Dark RPG. This is the one that I've been checking out. And we also have the Astonishing Swordsman and Sorceries Hyporbia. Now, I want to state this. By the way, she's got titty armor. That's great. I want to state this very clearly. It's not the individuals that are playing D&D. It is Wizard of the Coast themselves. These are the people that I'm focused on. Because if you want to make your own set of like rule set, your own set of, what's the word I'm looking for, homebrew, you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not here to attack that. I'm here to attack Wizard of the Coast because they are dividing fans, but also fans completely are just outright leaving. A lot of subscriptions tied to D&D have been lost. A lot of layoffs have been happening. They're trying to do Baldur's Gate 4, and that shit's not going to happen without Larian Studios. That's just not going to happen. And so Wizard of the Coast is in this room where not only do they not have enough money to have all their associates, but now they're going to have to figure out how to get themselves out of debt, because they are extremely in debt for the right reasons. They set themselves up, okay? They set themselves up. And to be honest, I don't fucking care. We have alternatives. We do. And I'm fine with trying other things, checking out other things. I strongly believe that at this time, if you have something in your brain where you're just like, oh, I have an idea for something, I want to do something, I want to create something, do it. Whether you're in gaming or tabletop, make your own thing and gatekeep the shit out of that shit. That's right. Gatekeep the shit out of that motherfucker. Because we've already done this whole like, oh, well, everybody's invited, everybody can come. No. Be at the gate and be like, listen, this is what's gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen, and this is what's gonna happen. If we have any problems, you're free to leave. And then if they say something, well, I don't know, I kind of wanna be a furry in this story, and I'm like, nah, you're gonna have to, you can take that somewhere else. You can do that in a different campaign, just not here. It's not here. It's like, well, how about 2 old lesbian couples? And I'm like, nah, not here. Not only the sucky thing about this whole thing is not only are they changing the lore, but they're also changing the mechanics to make everything just the same, just pure white the same. It's kind of like bleaching a whole entire room and taking out the furniture. Just taking out all the photos, and the whole room is just a window and maybe a bed. It's just devoid of anything interesting, anything impactful, anything sort of, because I'm just gonna be honest here, the racism part of D&D was what made D&D great. It's just like that with BioWare, with Dragon Age, and it's just like that with even Mass Effect. The different cultures meshing with each other. And also the biggest component here is conflict. Conflict is the biggest component for D&D. And you take away conflict, you take away the essence of what D&D is. If you do this whole thing where it's just like, oh man, well, it's a whole bunch of gay people and furry people, and they're just all fucking around, and then the evil white man comes around and then just tells us no, and then he's being a bigot and shit. And what is that? What story is that? What story are you telling? What story is this? It's basically Veilguard. Veilguard literally did that. All your fucking gay ass fucking queer stories are the same. They're all the same. It's like, oh man, we were busy fucking each other in the ass, minding our own goddamn business, when all of a sudden the white man came by and told us no. The funny part is, he didn't even force it. He just said ew. He just said ew, and then left the city. He said, ew, a lot of gay people. And then he left the city. And then 5 warriors, 5 gay warriors with butt plugs have decided to find this white man and take him down. This is a 5-part series. The white guy's like running away like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Anyway. I mean, I get it. If some species aren't in official rule books, then you shouldn't make them. But I'm pretty sure Elder Scrolls is not woke because Khajiits and Argonians are a thing. That's a different thing. That's a different thing whole entirely. Because that's part of the lore. Furries are not part of the fucking lore of anything. They're not a part of anything. They're just fucking weirdo pedophiles that are just waiting to save some children, and then they'll be like, alright, well, since the kids don't have a family anymore, I guess I'll just take care of them. And then you hear the squeaker toy. Look how they massacred my boy? Yes. Well, I wouldn't mind a short stack, a goblin girlfriend. Oh, okay. Alright, we're done. That was the video. God, my chat wants to fuck a goblin. Okay. Alright, we're done. It was good seeing y'all. Jesus. You want to know the funny thing about this is that it's always like we all know that goblins are stinky, ugly, and disgusting. And then as soon as somebody AI generates a fucking goblin, they're just like, this is much better. And I'm like, show us the real female goblin. And then we show you the real fucking female goblin. And then you guys are like, still would hit. And I'm like, you're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar. This girl with a big ass nose ring and big ass nose, fucking fleas everywhere on her. It's like wearing rags and shit. And she's got sharp teeth. Like, that's your goblin girlfriend? And I'm like, go ahead, man. It's gonna be like fucking a badger. Yeah, okay, Susan Walkies are trying to put furries in a D&D. That's pretty lame. Oh, look. 1 second. Oh, Twitch is getting flamed. Mm-hmm. 1 second. Let me look up something. Love this music. Stop describing her, bro. I'm about to get bricked up. Oh my god. Hold on. I'm looking something up. Let me send this over. Ah, good. There we go. Okay. This whole thing with Twitch and the sexual harassment shit is fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. Okay, alright, back to it. Alright, the OST sounds like a Skellige region. Holy shit. You were right. It is. Okay. Alright. Back on topic. How's everybody doing? Leto, it's good to see you. It's been a while. I hope you and your goblin girlfriend are doing just fine. Okay. We're gonna talk about this. Okay. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode where nothing is easy. Warriors and wenches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We are here to talk about J.K. Rowling. And of course, J.K. Rowling has done some fantastic work, especially when it comes to Harry Potter. And also J.K. Rowling in general is fucking great as well. She's a tough woman, tough cookie. She believes that there's only two genders, and that much I can respect. And the fact that she is, you know, she's 10 toes down on the whole subject, I find that pretty encouraging, especially for anybody else, especially a woman. You know, hey, even though she's, you know, I don't know if she's right or left, I honestly don't care, but as long as she stands for common sense, that's good enough for me. Of course, the only thing that I'm bothered by, and this has nothing to do with J.K. Rowling, she's just gonna collect royalties for the new show with the whole Black Snape whole thing. You know, that's not in relation to J.K. Rowling at all. She's just there to collect a paycheck from that show and then just move the fuck on. But all in all, nobody likes her, and that's literally just 1.5% of people in the whole world that don't like them, and these 1.5% people are fucking insane. So Keira Knightley is going to be randomly the voice of reason. Like I think it's been a while since I've seen Keira Knightley, and I think she's going to be doing a audio for, I think, Harry Potter. And I think she's doing a interview, and she gets a question that has nothing to do with anything that is in relation to what they're supposed to be talking about. But just by the way that she's looking, she already knows that, oh my god, you're gonna fucking bug me with bullshit. So here's what she says.
Saw your voicing Professor Umbridge in the new Harry Potter audiobooks. I was wondering, are you aware that some fans are calling for a boycott, given J.K. Rowling's ongoing campaign against trans people?
First off, let me say this. Everybody knows about the fuck. By the way, it's not a boycott. The boycott it's not going to do anything. There's billions and billions of people that love Harry Potter. These fucking weasels are literally just 12,000 fucking weirdos on the internet. It's not a boycott. Especially when it comes to Hogwarts Legacy that sold 37 million copies. There is no such thing as a boycott. They made it seem like they were bigger than life. There's no fucking boycott. Everybody likes Harry Potter, and if you don't because of what J.K. Rowling believes, then you're a fucking queer weirdo. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, you're weird. So Keira Knightley, I knew exactly what she was doing right here, where she was just like Please don't ask me anything stupid. I know this look. I do this look where I'm just like, please don't bother me with bullshit. That's the look that she's doing. I know that look because I do it. I bite my bottom lip and I'm just like, oh my god. Oh my god, what now? Anyway, let's continue.
Bridge in the new Harry Potter audiobooks. I was wondering, are you aware that some fans are calling for a boycott, giving J.K. Rowling's ongoing campaign against trans people?
I was not aware of that, no. I'm very sorry.
Also, when it comes to J.K. Rowling doing a boycott, J.K. Rowling's not doing a boycott. She's just not. Now, if she's gonna vote for somebody in her own area and be like, oh, I vote for this person because this person believes that a woman should be only in the women's bathroom and that's that. That's her own prerogative. She's not out here fucking boycotting fucking people or anything. She believes that women are men and men. That's it. That's all the shit she's ever done. There's no like, oh shit, well, I'm creating an army of actual biological females and we're gonna attack these fucking weird trans people. No, she's not doing that. But these fucking weirdos on these interviews always say the same thing, trying to flame up shit that don't even fucking matter. And let's hear what Keira Knightley says.
Aware of that, no. I'm very sorry. You know, I think we're all living in a period of time right now. We're all gonna have to figure out how to live together, aren't we? And we've all got very different opinions. So I hope that we can all find respect.
So, yes to that, because it's just like obviously when she was like, I'm not aware of that, and then she laughed, it's because she's fucking tired. She, just like everybody in the world, Keira Knightley is a normal person. Surprise, surprise, Keira Knightley is a normal person. She's got her family, she's got her kids. She would like to do some work in the Hollywood industry. And of course, she wants to avoid, just like, what's his name? The person who played as Draco Malfoy. She's just like Draco Malfoy. They don't want to deal with this fucking bullshit. They know exactly, these individuals that avoid these sort of questions and don't want to deal with this, and they just want to stick with talking about work, they know exactly what's going on, and they know exactly the right answer. It's just like, yeah, we don't want fucking hairy-ass, ugly-ass men with lipstick in my fucking, like, women's bathroom. I got kids. I got fucking kids. They're fucking weird. But they're not gonna say that because they know how fucking senile and crazy and psychotic these fucking weirdos are. That's why. And they're just like, well, I'm on the clock, so let me just say this and be like, hey, it's a weird question, but I think it would be a good idea if we all just have our own opinions and just move on. And I find it kind of base that she did this. Now, of course, you're going to find the typical weirdos up on here that say, like, why is she laughing at that? Trans rights are not a joke! First of all, if you don't calm the fuck down, I'm going to delete your Reddit account, okay? Calm down. Second of all, this is exactly what she's trying to avoid. People like you. It is the way it is. And I cannot preface this enough because I'm a fan of J.K. Rowling and her work. I cannot preface this enough because J.K. Rowling has done literally nothing. And not only have the people that worked with J.K. Rowling have gone against her, but also the media and everybody else have gone against her. And then they make it seem like, oh shit, J.K. Rowling's got this army of fucking TERFs and shit. And I'm like, no, she fucking doesn't. She has an opinion, which is actually a fact, by the way. It's like, you're either a woman or you're not. I'm watching you, okay? I'm watching you. Stay out of the girls' bathroom. have you noticed that none of the fucking the women that are men, they go straight to the girls' bathroom? I've seen that. I'll be like, yo, this girl's obviously a dyke. Which bathroom is she gonna go to? Oh, the women's bathroom. See what I fucking mean? See what I fucking mean? They hate men so much that they become us, and then they hate us so much that they don't even want to go to the men's bathroom. That's just how it is. It's weird. I know it sounds weird, but they hate us so much that they want to become us, and then they just don't even want to come into our bathroom. I'm like, I thought you were a man now. I thought you were a man. But basically what I'm saying is, if you keep this up more and more, and it's already happening. It's already happening. More and more people are going to side with the side of common sense. This is not anything political. This is just common sense. I like Harry Potter. I can't wait for Hogwarts Legacy 2. And I'm praying that the next Hogwarts Legacy does not try to do this thing where it's just like, the last one we put one trans person in the game, but this one, Hogwarts Legacy 2, we're gonna put like 5 trans people. Do you like us yet? Do you like us yet? Do you like us yet? Stop. Devs that are working on Hogwarts Legacy, please stop. Just stop. You're not helping, especially with the film team, the studio that is working on the Harry Potter show. When you got the Black Snape, stop. It's going to be weird. Every single the funny thing is, that's the only one that everybody can agree on. No, the small amount of people can agree to play Hogwarts Legacy, but they all of a sudden, all of us unanimously agree that there shouldn't be a Black Snape. I'm trans, even though I don't like J.K. Rowling, but there shouldn't be a Black Snape. There's a white Snape. There's a reason, and I'm like, what the fuck? I thought you didn't like this shit. Why are you here? He's like, there's a reason for the lore, and he wouldn't be black. And I'm like, I thought you hated this shit. I'm seeing people do all this LGBT shit on Hogwarts Legacy, and they're just like, I hate J.K. Rowling. And I'm like, nigga, why do you got 50 hours on Hogwarts Legacy? Why do you got 50 hours? What, you came here to do a negative review on Hogwarts Legacy, and you've been playing 50 hours of Hogwarts Legacy? You beat the game. You beat the game. Say it. You beat the game. Say it. Say it, bitch. You beat the game. It's like, I bought the... By the way, you cannot buy the game and then return it and think to yourself, oh, she ain't gonna get any money from this if I return the game. She got your money, okay? Alright, you purchased it, okay? She got your money. See, sooner or later, and no, not even sooner or later, it's happening now. They're starting to realize that how small their team is, where they're just like, well, fuck this bitch, fuck her, I don't go. They're starting to realize that they got no skin in the game. That's why a lot of them are getting violent. That's why a lot of them are getting loud. And they're starting to realize that a lot of people are just walking over them and saying, well, I like J.K. Rowling stuff. I like her books. I like this. I like that. You know, let me follow her on Twitter. She seems kind of cool. She seems kind of based. And people are just walking over you because in the past, they would be like, oh, you don't want us to talk to her? Okay, that's fine. Well, I don't want to be, you know, mean or anything. And now in 2025, people are just like, oh, why was I angry at her? And then people just come out the woodwork and be like, you're supposed to... That's the psychotic shit. Is when you find individuals like this that tell you what you should or should not like. That is the most un-American thing you can ever do. Last time I checked, when an American hears somebody say, hey, don't you buy that game? An American will just go up and be like, I'm gonna buy that game now, just because you said not to. There's a lot of people that played Hogwarts Legacy when you told them not to play Hogwarts Legacy, and then they were shocked to realize that, oh shit, this game's actually fun. Oh shit, you could fly a griffin and shit. Wingardium Leviosa, bitch. This is pretty cool. And of course, there's a majority of people that actually just love Hogwarts. I remember when there was a whole bunch of videos of people saying that, oh shit, I'm Slytherin. Oh shit, I'm Hufflepuff. To the people that said they were Slytherin, none of y'all niggas are Slytherin, okay? There's only a select few that could be Slytherin. Oh, I'm sorry. Some of these motherfuckers. Okay, I'm getting into the nerdy shit because I'm a Ravenclaw, and I'm pretty wise when it comes to people that just come up to you and be like, "Yo, I'm Ravenclaw. I'm ambitious," and I'm like, "No, you're fucking not, bitch. Shut the fuck up. You haven't gotten out of your room all day. Shut the hell. You ain't got no job talking about ambition and shit." I'm sorry. I see people, when I see people go straight to Hufflepuff, I'm like, yeah, your fat ass would choose Hufflepuff. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm gonna choose Hufflepuff, and I'm like, yeah, I can hear you breathing hard. Yeah, you're gonna be Hufflepuff. Yeah. Hufflepuff it is. Okay, that was just me nerding out a bit. But let me just end this with Keira Knightley. Just I'm just gonna say this to Keira Knightley: don't ever change your mind. Don't let anybody just come up to you. Don't be like Snoop Dogg and become a little bitch after like people came up to you and said, "What the fuck, you're homophobic," and then he came out and he's just like, "Let me do things for the gays now." Fuck you, Snoop Dogg. If Keira Knightley doesn't change at all after what she just said, after like a month, but Snoop Dogg bows down to like the fucking woke mind viruses shit, that is crazy. You mean to tell me that Keira Knightley is more based than Snoop Dogg? Yo, I'm gonna give it 2 or 3 weeks to see if Keira Knightley will come back and be like, "Oh well, actually, rainbow shirt and everything." She's like, "It's like I came back. I'm sorry that I was transphobic." But I'm saying, if Keira Knightley sticks to her guns and Snoop Dogg doesn't, that's fucking... We're living in a weird world. This is a weird fucking timeline where Keira Knightley has more balls than Snoop Dogg. That's fucking crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, I took their test on their website, and turns out on Hufflepuff for life bitches. Y'all motherfucker. You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. If you're a Hufflepuff, fine. I'm about to say something. Anyway, that's the video. See y'all. What do you got against Hufflepuff? Everything! These fat bitches! Eating all our food and shit. Lazy ass. Fucking lazy ass. Lazy ass Hufflepuff. You ain't got no job, Hufflepuff. You a fat ass Hufflepuff. You're sweet as can be, and it matches with your blood sugar, Hufflepuff. You talk like this, oh hello, Hufflepuff. When it takes longer than 5 minutes to get you to mow the lawn, Hufflepuff. Get your lazy ass up and do the lawn. I got more. I'm choosing the nice ones. Oh man, I want to talk about this one. This one's crazy. But man, there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of... That D&D one fucked me up because I'm just like, here we go again. Here we go again with the bullshit. And then we got the Bloodlines 2 to talk about. I can't believe what I've seen with Bloodlines. That's fucking crazy. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Wait. Okay. I kind of want to talk about this. Looking at that black dragon is crazy. We was ascendants of Eldil and shit. There's one thing that I wanted to say in relations to Twitch. By the way, if anybody is using Twitch, I might, depending on how things go, I might not be doing Twitch anymore. Only until, the only reason that I'm gonna stop doing Twitch and then probably do Kick and Rumble is because, I don't want to support Twitch anymore. I'm getting a lot of support from you guys, but Twitch is in a weird state right now. Well, basically, Emiru just got assaulted. Sexually assaulted, and he went right through without any fucking security because Twitch doesn't know how to moderate their fucking security. And they pull this guy out and they ban him off of Twitch for 30 days. That's it. I'm over here trying to figure out, what do you mean you just put him out? They took forever to take care of this fucking sexual assaulter, and he's banned for 30 days, and he doesn't go to the police. That is insane. Last time I checked, the bouncers or security guards will get the police involved. I am seriously trying to figure out. Twitch is done. Twitch is done. That is fucking crazy. Twitch is done. Like, usually when somebody comes up to your kids and tries to touch one of your kids, you're gonna not only kick them out of the building, you're also gonna call the cops, not ban them from a website. The fact that they only banned him off of Twitch for 30 days, and that's the maximum amount of security they can do, get fucked, Twitch. Why didn't you call the police? That is insane. That is insane. So, oh yeah, you tried to hit somebody? Oh, you tried to kiss my wife or kiss my friend, and you tried to sexually assault somebody? You know what that means. We're going to have to, obviously, we're gonna have to send you to the police. They don't send them to the police. They just push him out the door. And I'm like, what do you mean? And also, they take like an hour of like kicking this guy out. And I'm like, what do you mean an hour? Jesus. Twitch is getting ratioed. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, Twitch is dead. Yeah, they're after the whole thing with Hassan and the dog, that made everybody pissed off, and now somebody got sexually assaulted and they didn't end up in jail or behind bars. That is crazy. That's gonna piss everyone unanimously that is normal would just be like, yeah, I don't know about Twitch. I just stopped a streamer for playing Dragon Age, the Veilguard. I'm doing my part. How the fuck did you do that? How the fuck did how do you do that? Okay. All right, let's talk about this. Let's do this. Okay. All right. Oh. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and wenches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We are here to bring up some news on Assassin's Creed Shadows. You remember the game that you didn't play? Absolutely. Anyway, let's move on. Assassin's Creed Shadows was a game that everybody saw from a distance and noticed straight away that this is not the game that they want. It was a virtue signaling, race card, fucking communist game that had no reason to be in Assassin's Creed. Everybody wanted Assassin's Creed to be played in Japan with Japanese characters, but they decided, wouldn't it be cool if we just focus on that one black guy that was in this game? And so what they did was they brought Yasuke in. They made it seem like Yasuke had like some important mission to do when he actually didn't in real life. And then at the end, when you fought the last boss that was lackluster, they started playing African music out of fucking nowhere. That is racist. Just looking at me like, yo, like I'm taking an Uber drive, like I'm getting an Uber drive, and then they start blasting rap music, and they're just like, this one's for you, buddy. This one, I know what you guys like. This one's for you. So, everyone is in notice of Assassin's Creed Shadows and their DEI initiative, and even Elon Musk pointed out how DEI initiatives with Ubisoft was not good. And he didn't really say that much. And so Cortez, a veteran of Ubisoft, got really pissed off that Elon Musk didn't like the DEI initiative. Don't know why he would get pissed off. I mean, wouldn't it be cool if, you know, the people that you hired were hired on merit? I don't know, just a guess. But anyway, that person that was so stuck up on Assassin's Creed Shadows, the guy that's been telling you, is like, no, this is the game. The guy that told you, oh no, we can't have a Ku Klux Klan game related in the Civil War. Oh, we can't do a black story related in the Civil War that makes sense, but we could do one related to Japan with Yasuke because the climate in the USA is kind of junky. The same developer that was like, you know what, since we can't do anything related to the US right now because it's kind of spicy right now, let's focus on the Islamic Golden Age because slaves and shit is cool. But he got fired. His name is, that's a lot of words. I'm just going to call him Kote. Mark. I'm going to call him Mark. News broke recently that Mark, a Ubisoft veteran and strategic leader of the Assassin's Creed series, had departed the company after more than 2 decades. See, there was probably a moment in this man's life where he was doing great with Assassin's Creed games. Then, he hired weirdos. And also, Ubisoft hired weirdos. And then he was surrounded by weirdos, and those weirdos made him weird. And now we got all this bullshit. We got Assassin's Creed fucking Odyssey. I don't care what you say, Odyssey was shit. We had fucking Valhalla was fine, but it was still fucking gay. And then we got Yasuke, the man that was fucking a dude. That was great. That was cool. That was cool. We were fucking a trans dude in the Edo period of fucking fucking Japan. That's crazy. This is a trans person in the Edo period. Was it the Edo period? It doesn't matter. Trans people back then? Yeah, that didn't happen. Black dude having sex with men. Yeah, that totally happened in a multitude of moments back in the day. That totally happened. He got fired. In the reports that surfaced after Kote's withdrawal from the firm, it was suggested that he was offered a leadership role in the newly formed Vantage Studios, but wasn't happy with the position and stepped back. In a new post on social media, Kote has set the story straight and explained that he remained business as usual until Ubisoft asked him to step down. That's right. The Chinese people said, hey, what's up? Get your ching chong ass out of here. Okay? We saw the gay shit. It didn't sell. Shit sucked. You used to be a veteran. Now you're gonna hang out with Mark Dara in the fry section next to McDonald's. That's right, put the fries in the bag. That's right, you're gonna hang out with Mark Dara, the guy that likes to do this all the time. That's right, you're gonna work with him. Welcome home. Because I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. When you buy a company, you want what to happen with that company? That's right. You want that company to make money. So if you're China or Saudi Arabia, or if you're part of Trump's family and you buy a studio or a Ubisoft or EA, guess what? After you spent billions of money on that, you want it to make money. This nigga right here named Mark did not make money, which was strange because I thought he had all the black people that he needed to make money. Apparently it didn't happen. Apparently this nigga can't find niggas. Okay, he couldn't figure it out. He must have been one of those motherfuckers that said, listen, KKK, Civil War, black fucking assassin, we can't do it. But sir, we've literally done a black slave from Freedom Cry or Liberation. No, we can't do it. Because you saw in the USA that there's a race war, and I'm like, sir, there is no race war. Bro, there's totally a race war. He's like, how would you know anything about the US? You're in fucking France. I know that Ubisoft has multiple like states, but why the fuck do you care about the climate of the US? Why don't we just make the shit that we want to make? See, this is why I firmly believe that Ubisoft, the company, is dumb shit. And some of the people in Ubisoft that work there have great ideas who need to leave and make their own shit. That's right. We need more Ubisoft people to leave and make Expedition 34 or 35. Obviously, they can make their own shit. But I'm just saying, if you're in Ubisoft right now, you have to have the testicular fortitude to just leave. You don't want to get fired like this dumb fuck, okay? You don't want to lose hair like this dumb fuck, okay? You don't want, because you know they're over there having a circle jerk meeting about like, all right, we got Yasuke, we got Yasuke. He's like, we got Yasuke, sir. I got a good idea for the Ku Klux Klan. Listen. The Ku Klux Klan, they're my homies. We can't really do that, all right? We can't do that. I'm like, what the fuck? Isn't that the weirdest fucking thing, by the way? Is that they're like, because Red Dead Redemption 2 was able to do the Ku Klux Klan, but they couldn't do it? Isn't that the weirdest fucking thing? No, think about it. They were able to squeeze in one black guy where it didn't fucking belong, but they can't make one that's related to something that actually makes sense in the Civil War. That it's like they said, hey, it's cool if a black guy kills a whole bunch of Japanese people, but it's not that cool to have a black guy chop up a whole bunch of Ku Klux Klan members. Come on, guys, it's the climate of the US, man. That's how you got fucking fired, okay? That's how you got fucking fired. You didn't have any ideas. All of your shit was a flop after flop. This is the reason that you're fired. You were good, but now you're not anymore. Now you're gonna work with Mark Dara in the fucking fries section in McDonald's. He expressly confirmed that he did not walk away. At least he's honest. I could appreciate that. From the company he was called home for 20 years. You worked there for 20 fucking years? I thought it was like 10 or something. You worked there for... Let me say something. If you worked hard on something for years, 20 years, and you're passionate about something, why the fuck would you fuck up something like that so easily? I'm serious. Because you're the lead person when it comes to Assassin's Creed series. So you have leverage to make ideas, to change the story and to come up with something interesting. And you just came out and said, like, you know what? Let me fuck up my career real quick. Be right back. 5 minutes. That's crazy, because usually when I would work hard on something for 20 years, I'd be like, oh, yo, shit, I can't fuck this up. I've been at this for years. I don't want to fuck this up. I want this thing to be pristine. Who is the motherfucker that just who either, I don't think he got fired, but there was another story for Assassin's Creed Shadows that was ready and available, that was all about a Japanese character, one character in Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it was a very interesting story related to a katana blade, a famous katana blade called the Masamune. And there was an interesting story on that, which turns out it wasn't actually a lie or a rumor. It was actually true. They got rid of that story that sounded really interesting. And then they were just like, let's just have a woman jump around, this small ass Japanese lady who has a fucking katana on her back, walk around. Last time I checked, most women didn't have a weapon on them. Most. Any woman that did have a weapon was... Listen, I'm sorry. Back then, there were tight rules on a lot of shit. A lot of shit. So you're walking around in the city with a fucking katana on your back as a woman. Okay. You're a giant black dude and you're not doing assassin shit in Assassin's Creed? Is that supposed to make any fucking sense? So... you reap what you fucking sow. You do. And I know we're not even there before we talk about this. You know, no, I want to finish what Kote was going to say. I want to finish what Mark was going to say. Many of you have expressed surprise that I would choose to leave Assassin's Creed after so many years, especially given the passion I still hold for it. Not that much passion. The truth is simple. I did not make that choice. Ubisoft decided to transfer the leadership of the Assassin's Creed franchise to someone closer to its new organizational structure. A different position was mentioned, but it did not carry the same scope, mandate, or continuality with the work I had been entrusted with in recent years. They were gonna demote your ass. They were gonna demote your ass. They said, listen, you kind of suck at making video games, but we don't want to get rid of you. What we're gonna put you in is you're gonna be the coffee guy. Okay? Can you get me a hazelnut coffee? 2 scoops of sugar? And a little bit of milk. Thank you. Appreciate that. I've been here for 20 years. Shut your bitch ass up. I'm making a KKK game. That would be me. So, you want to tell me this motherfucker got replaced by China? China. Ding, 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 ding. This motherfucker. See, this is why I love Asian people, because they are. See, God, man, I love it, because there are so many individuals in China, even in South Korea or in Japan, that make great games, and it's just the fucking truth. It's just the fucking truth. And let me tell you something. Tencent only bought like 20-25% of Ubisoft. They want all that shit, okay? They're not gonna stop at 20-25% of Ubisoft. Nah, nigga, they want all that shit. They're putting their foot in, and they're just like, oh man, they're waiting for Ubisoft to suck a little bit more, and they're just like, oh man, you guys suck again. You know, here's a new contract. How about I just take all of you, and then, you know, all of you guys will, you know, I just take all of Ubisoft, and then Guillaume de Toro, the guy that owns Ubisoft, or is the spokesperson, or is the lead person of Ubisoft, he's gonna worry about one thing and one thing only. He just wants to make sure that his family, the Guillaume de Toro family, or not Guillaume, wrong Guillemon, wrong French person. They are just making sure that their family remains with Ubisoft. They only care about themselves. Probably partly the reason why they got rid of this motherfucker. They only care about their family and themselves. Anybody else that gets laid off or kicked out of Ubisoft, they don't give a fuck. As soon as a Chinese person says like, ting ting bing bing, They're just like, yeah, Mark, they told me I have to fire you. He's like, what the fuck? Are you sure they said that? Hold on, let me ask. Hey, Bing Bing. Hey, you want me to fire this guy? Yeah, they want me to fire you. That's it. That's it. It is slowly starting to get out of the fucking sickness of the gaming industry. But I also owe it to my teams, past and present, to say this plainly. I did not walk away. I stayed at my post until Ubisoft asked me to step aside. Hey, question. If you want to do this whole sort of, oh man, I'm staying in Ubisoft until the day I die, usually I would be like, okay, the last game that I make with Ubisoft is gonna be a banger. Usually you would do that, correct? You know what I'm saying? You would just be like, yo, if this is the last game that I make in Ubisoft, it's gonna be fucking great. And your dumbass decided to do what that Assassin's Creed Shadow shit with the stupid story and the stupid characters. That's what you wanted to, that's the hill you wanted to die on? Because I know it's not sunken in yet, Mark. It's not sunken in yet. But months and months later, you're gonna realize the last game that you worked on was the failed game Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's not sunk in yet. I hope it did. But later on, it's gonna be like, what was the last thing I did at Ubisoft? Oh yeah, you tried to stick a nigga in the game, in a Japanese game. And I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? He's like, well, now that you got a different perception since you don't work there now, it doesn't matter. That's the last game you worked on. It's just how it is right now. Because you know what? I don't care. I honestly don't fucking care. More of these loser clowns that are no longer game developers and they want to be activists should be thrown out the gaming industry. Just plain and simple. I'm glad for this. This is good news. This is great news. And I know there's many more roaches to be had that need to be squashed out of the gaming industry. Out of the gaming industry. I'm not talking about killing. Go fuck yourself if you think that. They just need to leave. That's it. And I'm cool with this. He also added, as someone who's grew up inspired by Star Trek in the late years of my career, I came to see myself as the captain of the Assassin's Creed ship, someone who leaves only once every soul on board is safe, and that is exactly what I have done for as long as I could. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You made a game that didn't sell, and then you left. What do you mean? Two things happened. People still got laid off, and you made a horrible game that didn't last. It was quickly forgotten. That's exactly... I'm sorry, but later on, he definitely doesn't realize this right now. Later on, he's gonna have to realize that two things happened. People fucking got laid off, and he still made a bad game, and he also got fired. Those are the three things that happened. You've made things worse for Ubisoft, and you're just gonna have to live with that. And do I care? No, I don't. You think I'm gonna play an Ubisoft game after you just left? No. Now, if China just comes out of nowhere and goes, ah yes, play our game, and it's like a Chinese Assassin's Creed, and you play as a big-titted Asian woman, then we could probably talk. But until then, Mark, put the fries in the fucking bag. I used to work at Ubisoft, you know? Yeah. Where's my ice cream cone? Where's my ice cream cone? Chat, you want an ice cream cone? Yeah, we're looking for our ice cream cone. He's like, well, I used to work at Ubisoft for 20 hours. I don't care. Give me my puppy cup. Ain't nobody care about that Assassin's Creed shit. Oh my god. I would have done the KKK game. I would have done the KKK game. It's so lazy. I would have done a Muslim slave trade game where you show the Templars as the good guys and how their societal. I would make a whole game related to the Crusaders and them healing the sick and teaching them like Christianity and shit, and then they would fight like Muslims and shit. That would be a whole complete other game. It doesn't have to be Assassin's Creed. You could just make it an action adventure game. But the KKK game would have been like really fucking interesting. Just I want everybody to know. And let me say this again. And let me say this again. They were okay with putting a black guy in Assassin's Creed Shadows to kill a whole bunch of Asian people, but they were not okay with a black person killing a whole bunch of KKK clan members. Let that sink in. They were just like, ooh, you want us to do something? You know how many people love the Civil War? You don't want to know how many people love like World War II and shit? That Assassin's Creed around those time periods would be fucking peak. A lot of people like the whole World War II shit, and they're just like, oh shit. Like there's a lot of enthusiasts out there, and they just keep on dunking and dunking. Who played Assassin's Creed Mirage? Nobody, because nobody remembered that game. Nobody mentioned it. Assassin's Creed Mirage, that was based off of the Islamic Golden Age, came out and left so fast. Nobody gave a shit about that game. All right. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Good to see you all. We have Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines review. By the way, this Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines review is the same reviewer of Dragon Age the Veilguard. I want you to know that. So this is Bloodlines 2 review by IGN by the same person that did 9 out of 10 for Veilguard. We're gonna check that out here in a minute. Give me a second. I will be right back. Chat, behave. But they could have done so much of British history, but they are so unimaginative. Absolutely. Absolutely. Very unimaginative. Every time this is it's all this virtue signaling points to one thing and one thing only. Just whitewashing. Well, why would you have conflict when you can just create the conflict? Like, for example, you always find yourself in one or two positions with Assassin's Creed, D&D, all this DEI woke slop shit. You always find the end of all of their shit is just take out all the stuff that made something interesting and just whitewash it. Just get it all squeaky clean. I told you guys before, right? They either want it to be all the same with all their other stories. It's always a revenge story, much like Ghost of Yotei and fucking not Lord of the Rings, but no, Rings of Power, Ghost of Yotei, The Last of Us Part 2. All three of those stories are exactly the same. All three are fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Girl bosses, Mary Sue's, who are having a revenge kick. All three of them are having a revenge kick. All of them lead to basically the same road, the same thing. All of it is the same. And so it's just like, okay, well, you want to do this, all right, make sure that it's good. And then it's just the same story again and again and again. And you're just like, and you stand there and you're just like, is it just me? Or are all these like games the same? And they do turn out the same. Here's a perfect example, and I think XCOM is going to like this one. XCOM, question. Do you like... Hold on. Let me find it. XCOM, if you're there, do you like the Chimera Squad? That game? Or do you like XCOM 2? Just curious. Now, I don't think XCOM is here at the moment, but the reason why I bring up XCOM 2 and XCOM Chimera Squad is because XCOM 2 points at humans fighting aliens. You are fighting aliens. And then XCOM Chimera Squad is doing this like, oh shit, the aliens are fighting with you. And I'm like, fuck that shit. These motherfuckers invaded, kill them all. Just kill them all. So it's the same thing with Gears of War 5. The main character became a woman, and then they were just like, this woman is tied to the Locust. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? She's tied to the Locust? What are you saying, that she's gonna join the Locust? And now the Locusts are good people now? What the fuck are we doing? Anything else? Halo Studios is gonna come out with Halo, and then the Flood is gonna be our allies? Everything just turns out to be the same exact thing with these woke sort of stories, where it all turns out to be like, oh shit, the orcs against the humans and the elves and the dwarves, and after a while the humans, elves, and dwarves finally come together to fight the orcs and the Orcai, and then they fight the evil because orcs are evil, and then later on they're just like, we're a family now. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? It turns out that way every single time. Every single time. It's like, you want conflict. You want conflict. Okay. Can I say it? I feel like middle class women ruin everything. Yeah, it's feminist women and fucking gay women that fucking ruin everything. It just is. I'm sick and tired of them. You can't have conflicts. They keep telling me it's nice to be nice. I don't want to be. I'm being nice the whole time. I'm killing the fucking. I'm wiping the floor with these fucking goblins and shit. Perfect example. Anybody ever watch the Goblin Slayer? And the Goblin Slayer's killing goblins, and then the Goblin Slayer finds some baby goblins, and the Goblin Slayer's like, "Oh no, baby goblins? Well, I ran out of fucking my sword is broken. Let me go get my torch." And then he starts beating the shit out of these baby goblins and killing them all. And I'm just like, that's what I'm talking about. And the one girl with the blonde hair, is just like, "Isn't this cruel?" And he's just like, "Nah, not really. It's basically janitor work. You're just getting rid of the filth." I love it so much. We really need to judge books by their cover at this point. Absolutely, because you know, I think it's really important right now to just call a spade a spade. At this point in time, if you're like any person if you enjoy Dragon Age and hate the new Dragon Age, if you like Mass Effect but are probably gonna hate the new Mass Effect, if you like Star Wars but hate the new Star Wars, now is the perfect time for you to call things for what they are. So if you notice something, if you see something, call it for what it is. The time for keeping quiet is gone. It's over. So when you see something where it's just like, "Oh, well, you know, Lord of the Rings, you know, Tolkien was, you know, I love Lord of the Rings, but Tolkien was kind of like a right winger." And I'm like, yeah, he was, and he made the best thing ever, Lord of the Rings. But there's no black people. Yeah, because he was in England, and that's pretty much all he saw in his time period. He was a soldier, and all he saw was in his life was pretty much England and white people. That's just how it is. And there are no white people in Middle Earth. Suck it the fuck up. There's no more. And I'm noticing that. I'm noticing that already, where people are just calling it for what it is. Where they're just like, no. You're not gonna fucking alienate me. You're not gonna fucking try to lie to people or lie to me. Where you're saying like, well, Rings of Power is better than Lord of the Rings. No, it's fucking not. No, it's not. Hell, I like fucking The Hobbit more than I like Rings of Power. I'm seeing pessimistic reviews of Bloodlines 2 from people who are almost never negative. Interesting. Cool anime? Hell yeah, man. How you doing, Mark? I don't even like how we didn't get unique origins back in Inquisition. You're just a prisoner. It's so lazy. I feel like Inquisition's incomplete, and that's just me. It was supposed to be the Dread Wolf, but whatever. Anyway, last one. By the way, I appreciate y'all guys being here. If you want to leave a like, that is cool. If you don't and you just want to chill and lurk, that's cool too. If you want to subscribe, that's cool. And if you don't want to subscribe, that's fine by me too. I appreciate y'all being here. Let's do this. We got our last video for today. And Space King will be coming back here, I believe, next week. We'll do Space King 3 next week. Actually, I think I need to do Space King as a video. I can't do it live because it's just going to flag on YouTube. So I'm gonna have to do it as a video, so I apologize. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this video. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing's easy. Warriors and wenches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We are here to look at the review of Bloodlines 2, Vampire the Masquerade. And of course, I've only seen and played a little bit of Vampire the Masquerade. I haven't finished it, of course. But I know the essence of what Bloodlines 1 is. Bloodlines 2 is not Bloodlines 2. Just to be fair. It doesn't have any RPG elements. And there's more to be said. But we're going to look at IGN's review of Bloodlines 2, and here's what we're going to do. I want to preface this. This is the same motherfucker that said Dragon Age Veilguard is a 9 out of 10. The same guy. So let's go ahead and watch this. I think his name is... Hold on. I'll put this right here. Yeah. Lena Heifer, by the way, the person that Lena Heifer is somebody who said communism as an idea was great. He said that on Reddit. So we're going to hear this guy that loves communism out. Let's go.
There are some things I really like about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, and some I really don't care for. Developer The Chinese Room has undeniably done a remarkable job breaking out of its typically slow-paced and linear realm to give us a streetlight-soaked open-world Seattle that's enjoyable to explore.
I can tell just by his voice that you can tell what type of body he has.
With a side of positively exquisite writing and voice acting.
Look what took the bait.
But combat never rises much above the level of being merely pretty good, and a lack of payoff for both mechanical and story choices hold this nocturnal sojourn back from greatness.
What year is this?
The year 2024. When did you...
Why would he say that? Why would he say this? You know what I mean? Bloodlines 2 is literally Veilguard. I don't know why you would say that, but let's continue.
I have been asleep for 100 years.
The slice of Seattle that serves as a hub for Bloodlines 2's searching, stalking, and politicking is impressive to behold, though don't expect GTA scale here. At around 5 blocks by 5 blocks, with most buildings climbable and rooftops fully navigable, there's quite a bit more room to prowl than in Bloodlines 1's Santa Monica, with several distinct and memorable areas from the charming Pioneer Square to the lantern-lit Chinatown. Moving around it by clambering, leaping, and gliding is some of the most fun I had.
Nigga, that's what you call fun? That's what you call fun? That's what you call fun? I have more fun gliding in Arkham Asylum than this shit.
This is also where your semi-customizable elder vampire, Fire, will hunt their prey in the form of hapless humans
I was starting to think you wouldn't show.
who can be provoked, scared, or seduced depending on your hunting style. I appreciate that feeding is a major unavoidable part of the nightly routine, but I think it could have been done better in a couple ways.
Yeah, that's sexy, all right. If I remember correctly, you could literally look like Stripperella in Bloodlines: The Masquerade 1, and the light, and there's a spotlight right on you, and you literally lock legs with motherfuckers, and you're just biting somebody's neck. And I'm looking at the guy getting bit in Bloodlines 1, and I'm like, is he enjoying it? This one is just cringe.
For one, you only need to feed to recharge your combat powers. In the tabletop game, you get thirsty upon waking up every night. And in Bloodlines 1, your blood pool would steadily drop over time. I don't think this needs to be a hardcore survival game, but something like that would have helped sell that vampires need blood like we need food and water, adding a sense of desperation. Because right now it's...
Why didn't you say any of this shit related to Veilguard? Why didn't you say any of this stuff? You're talking about progression. You're talking about mechanics. You didn't mention this shit with Veilguard. You floppy fat fuck. You didn't say anything about this. I'm over here just like, oh shit, he's got some points that make sense. And I'm like, what about the same shit that's in Veilguard? You just said everything's just great. Everything's just fine. Have you noticed that when it comes to reviewers like this, they always do this thing where it's like, the game is flawed, but it's got some good points. The game is not that great, but it's got some cool stuff in it. 9 out of 10. And I'm like, why would you say those big words? The game's not that great. The game is mid, but it's got cool stuff. 9 out of 10. And I'm like, what?
just something you need to top up on before going into battle.
Why is this old lady fighting you? What you having fun?
For another, there just isn't enough variety in the NPC models and voices to keep me fooled across the 30 plus hours my first playthrough took.
There was not enough in Veilguard. There was not enough in Veilguard. Maybe you talking... What am I talking about? Actually, that makes perfect sense. If you had like 8 or 6 companions in Bloodlines 2, this motherfucker would probably give this a 10 out of 10. His 6 companions would be like, so it's like I'm not corpse guy Tosh. If he had 6 companions, he'd be like, yo, this is much better. This is much better. Veilguard, all of the NPCs were the same. They just were.
Probably fed on this exact woman in this exact hat at least a couple dozen times.
That was the same in Veilguard too. Why
you
is
are required to maintain the masquerade while at street level, meaning
this biting sequence sucks.
no using your powers or feeding in front of normies, which is appropriate. You can't have a Vampire the Masquerade game without, well, the Masquerade. But I did find it was a bit too easy to shake off any suspicion if I messed up. The key component of Vampire the Masquerade lore that is almost completely missing, outside of one cutscene that happens no matter what you do, is the Beast.
That's not my voice. My mouth it's coming out of.
Again, why would you bring up something that's missing in Bloodlines, but not in Veilguard? There was a lot of shit that was missing in Veilguard. I'll name you one. The fucking video game was missing in Veilguard.
Either.
The dark and ravenous voice inside each
9 out of 10, by the
vampire
way.
that drives them to do terrible things and can provoke an uncontrollable state called frenzy. The absolute best mechanic in the 5th edition of the Vampire the Masquerade tabletop game, upon which Bloodlines 2 is based, is an increasing hunger track that makes your character more likely to behave in a monstrous or unpredictable manner the longer they've gone without feeding. I get that people don't usually like losing control of their character, but this is so crucial to the Vampire the Masquerade universe that its absence is an almost fatal flaw. It's the one choice that consistently made me feel like I was playing a generic vampire game, not a Vampire the Masquerade game.
Well, too bad, so sad. D&D did the same thing. So did Magic the Gathering. So if we're talking about Vampire the Masquerade tabletop that has a 5th edition as well, they're probably doing a whole bunch of whitewashing as well. I'm gonna take it as a guess that the tabletop that has made a new addition to their tabletop is whitewashed as well. So you sound very upset that Bloodlines 2 is taking away good things of the, you know, older editions. So I'm so curious about what score he's got here. I just find it kind of interesting that we're going through the same shit where it's just like, oh man, well they changed things because of the newest edition, and I'm like, well, if he doesn't like it, then I probably really don't like it.
At least the combat is challenging, pulse pounding, and overall pretty decent. Can get a little disorienting, and I really wish there was more of a hard lock-on ability, given it's all in third person and both you and your opponents are constantly zipping around at high speeds. But there are some exciting nuances to master, like the various kicks, parries, and telekinetic grabs. At least for a melee build, it could be really exhilarating once I got the hang of it. Stealth is satisfying and rewarding as well, though it's...
I'll be honest, man. It doesn't seem like there's any sort of range of builds with what they got in this game. It seems like you're going to get the same stuff as everybody else. He's played this game. I've only seen 5 minutes of his gameplay, and I'm seeing the same thing over and over again.
Limited in certain segments like boss fights in a way that can come across as punishing you for deciding to focus on it. Some of the more esoteric fighting styles like Tremere blood sorcery are absolutely sick, nasty, amazing the first few times you pull them off.
This motherfucker just said sick, nasty. He thinks he's cool. Alright, let's keep going. Sick, nasty. Oh god, he thinks he's cool. Okay, let's keep going.
Boiling someone's blood from the inside is every bit as bombastically brutal as you'd imagine, but can come to seem like more of a gimmick than a play style after a while. Overall, though,
I'll be honest, this game should be third person and not first person. It looks weird.
the frantic and action-packed sequences that combined my abilities to use the environment, my movement powers, and even my enemies against each other were some of the high points of Bloodlines 2. Where it falls down the most, unfortunately, is as an RPG. You are playing as an elder vampire, so it's not exactly a typical zero to hero story.
I am old, Sheriff, and of far stronger blood than your generation. Do not mistake me for your prey.
But just to give a representative example, the damage your melee attacks do at the very beginning is exactly the same as it will be in the final boss fight. You awaken new powers called disciplines, like being able to turn invisible or smooch an enemy to turn them to your side, but...
This is Dishonored. This is not Bloodlines, this is Dishonored.
You'll get all of them for your chosen clan within the first 6 to 8 hours or so, after which point anything else is mostly a side grade. You can upgrade your health track by finding hidden symbols painted in blood across...
That is the most laziest fucking shit I've ever fucking seen. Oh, find the fucking things and then you'll get the thing. It's a lazy mechanic. I see a lazy mechanic when I see it.
Seattle, but overall, there isn't much of a sense of power progression throughout most of the campaign.
Well, he said what I was gonna say. Well, I said.
This is further limited by the fact that you can only equip 4 disciplines at a time, and only 1 from each category, which was especially vexing. So, for example, you can't mix and match 2 different clans' movement abilities to create your own hyper-mobile play.
And that is where they fucked up. That is where they fucked up. Right there. That is the elimination of not only like mechanics, but also progression. Right there. Hey man, look at all these abilities. By the way, this is the most sad, pathetic screen of skills I've ever fucking seen. It's lazy. Also another thing. Back to the skills. You're saying that you can only have 4 after you've worked your ass off. What if you want to try 2 areas? What if you want to try 3 areas? This is I want to focus on casual players' bloodlines. This is not even a bloodlines game. This is I'm doing this for the casual players. And those casual players are not coming to play this game.
Playstyle. I don't see the wisdom in these restrictions at all. I also don't really enjoy that each discipline can only be...
Go fuck yourself, because there were restrictions in Dragon Age the Veilguard. There was the same restrictions in Dragon Age the Veilguard. You could only have 3 fucking abilities. No, was it 3 or 4? I think it was 4. I'm gonna say 4. There were only 3 fucking abilities that you could have in Dragon Age the Veilguard. So the fact that you didn't mention that in Veilguard, but you're gonna mention it here, go fuck yourself. No wonder you can't figure out your own gender.
Used once in battle before having to feed again, since they each have their own separate pool of power points, instead of having them draw from a common pool of stored blood that I could spend however I like. Sometimes restrictions are good. I just don't think any of these ones are. I'm a dang vampire. Just let me do what I want. I did really appreciate the options Fire has for visual customization.
Nope, nobody likes it. Everybody thinks it's trash. Everybody wanted to have their own character. All of this is fucking gay. It's fucking gay. And also, why did you make a section where it's like, hey, you want purple hair? Let me put portraits of that purple hair in a section here. Why didn't you just put everything gray on this side? Everything gray and everything, because it makes people think, oh shit, there's 30 different fucking haircuts. No, it's actually 5 haircuts with different colors. Like you didn't have like you have presets for the color of your hair. That's fucking weird. I've never seen that before. This is the first time I've ever seen presets of the hairstyle. So it's like you get the purple one over there. You see the 5 purple ones? Well, look at the 5 red ones. You see it? It's the same haircuts in that order. So these devs decided, you know what would be a good idea? Is to make people believe that there's a bunch of haircuts, but there's actually not. There's only 5 or 6 different haircuts, and we just made different portraits for each and every one of them, instead of just doing everything in gray, giving them 30 or 40 options, and then they can choose whatever hair color they want.
Each clan has 4 different outfits to unlock.
Gay. All of this is gay. All of this is androgynous and gay. It sucks. It's stupid. It's gay. How are you supposed to look like Stripperella? Oh, that's right. You want the women to look like men, and you want the men to look like men, but a little bit feminine. That's it. I know exactly what this is. It's shit, it's trash, and it leaves nothing to be desired. What if you have a tomboy that plays this game and they want to look like a tomboy? Well, they can do that in this game. What about females that want to look more feminine or sexy? Oh, can't do that. What if there's a guy that wants to play this game and they want to look like Stripperella with their character? Well, can't do that. can't do that. He's like, what if a guy just wants to look badass and like looks like not flamboyant, but look more like a man? Can't do that in this game. Probably a little bit. Look at all these designs. Look at them. Look at these designs. Some of them, like with Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 1, you had a multitude of choices. You could look like a bum. You can look like a strapping young man. You can look like a diva. You can look like a slut. And you can look like somebody who was straight out of like a Blade movie. You had options. You can even look like a thug in Bloodlines. But in this game, you're either feminine or you're a dude. I'm sorry. By dude, I mean if you're look at this. Look at the way she's dressed. She got look. Barely any titties, by the way. But look the way she's dressed. It's just androgynous all the way through. Look at all the other options. Androgynous, androgynous, androgynous. Where's the choices for females that want to look like what they want to look like with the dress and everything? No? No? What happened to the whole feminist thing where it's my body, my choice? Things are starting to click. Maybe that's not exactly what you want.
From the punk rock streetwear of the Brujah to the sharp business attire of the Ventru.
See what I fucking mean? See what I fucking mean? They all look...
NPCs will actually react differently to you based on what you're wearing. Such as being easier to seduce if you show a little more skin.
Let's go somewhere private.
That is honestly amazing. But what we're missing is a weapon slot, and that is definitely not amazing. I get that Fire is an elder and a...
The only reason that he likes the clothes is because he's exactly who he says he is. He's a trans person faking himself as a woman, and he likes this shit, and he melds with this shit. But as soon as he doesn't like something related to the gameplay, he's going to talk about it. But he's not going to say anything about the clothes because that matches with his agenda. That's why. That's why he said he likes the clothes. Oh, I could look like an androgynous little fucking dyke? Great! What about me? Fuck you. That's what it is.
Living weapon herself.
You're meant to be an elder. I'm fine for it to be androgynous as an option, but there are no actual culturally accurate clothes. Fuck that shit. No, there's supposed to be multiple. It doesn't matter. It honestly does not matter. The fact that they brought you into this game, they said it's Bloodlines 2. It's not Bloodlines 2. You get the game believing it's Bloodlines 2, and then you see the options there before you, and it is all only two options. Either androgynous for the women and nothing of a femme fatale sort of look. That's all you get. There are plenty of options with older games, but this is all you get. And I strongly believe if it's like, I know I'm not a game developer, but I do know what it takes to have fun.
You can telekinetically use a gun as a sort of one-off combat consumable, or throw a fire extinguisher across the room. But melee is always a hand-to-hand affair. And again, this is just cramping my style from a character customization angle.
Cramping my style. Good Jesus Christ. Oh man, he's got a lot of friends.
Do I need weapons to kill these chumps? Nah. But a vampire with a trench coat and dual pistols or a sweet-ass katana is just too cool and iconic not to allow in your vampire RPG.
Those were the cool days. See, you're talking about things that are back in 2009. You're talking about the great days, okay? All right? We had that. We had it in your hand. We had the option in your hand to give you that, and they took it away from you in Bloodlines 2. Because this is what it is now. This is what this is the millennial bullshit that I'm fucking talking about right now. Is where we have. How many games do we have to go through where older games give you more options than the newer games? I cannot begin to fathom how many games are like that now, where newer games give you less and the older games give you more. How often do you run into this situation?
It's a part of character creation and self-expression in the tabletop game what kind of weaponry you want to use. What are we doing here?
Damn, kid. You're not new to chewing your way through the hordes, are you?
The story about solving a series of dramatic murders and navigating court politics is overall extremely well written and voiced by a fantastic cast, from the sarcastic...
No, it's not. I'm looking at this hunchback guy, and he could have had an awesome voice, kind of like Golem. The person who voiced this person right here, I know that you're fucking lying, and it's bullshit. By
Nosferatu Tali.
You know what's really...
That right there.
Cast.
Do it again.
By a fantastic cast.
That guy right there.
Sarcastic Nosferatu Tali.
You know what's really serious?
Educate me.
To the self-indulgent Queen of Seattle herself, Lou Graham.
Well now, it's not often I see someone new in my city.
It's so good, in fact.
The only person with big tits in this game. Great.
That for the last few hours, I was ready to throw the windows open and start yelling into the night that everybody needed to experience this.
What do you call yourself now? Fire.
But then it absolutely broke my cold, dead heart. I'll do my best to avoid spoilers here, but you can skip ahead to the verdict if you're really sensitive to that kind of thing. Basically, every interesting decision I made throughout the entire chronicle was unceremoniously chewed up and spit onto the pavement before being crushed under the uncaring boot heel of anticlimax. All of the machinations I had put into motion, the allies I had made, the chess pieces I had manipulated, all of the awesome vampire elder I had been vibrating about in the magnificently inspired lead up to the finale were resolved in a 30-second epilogue voiceover that completely denied me the real showdown I had been dreaming of all this time.
Look on the bright side. Next time I...
Horrible voice. Wait a minute. You just said... So let me get this straight. You just said you liked the story, and then at the end, they chewed up your options and choices and spit them out. And so you didn't get any sort of climax at all. No big bad. No nothing. So at the end, it was just like... Let him finish. Let him finish.
See you? I'll owe you one. See ya!
Horrible voice.
I was devastated. This might be worse than the original ending of Mass Effect 3. It's like they ripped out the last chapter of the book and burned it.
I'm trying to question this. You mean to tell me that you said you really liked the story, but you didn't give me much of a but? Why did you mention that you said that this story is really great? Oh my gosh, you're gonna love this story. And then you said... Let me preface this. The only way a story is gonna be good is unless it's good from the beginning, middle, to end. I don't want to hear anything from somebody saying, oh man, it gets good on the 3rd episode. No. Oh man, it gets good later. No. It's gotta be good from the beginning, middle, to end. If you do this whole like, oh man, the beginning and the middle, great. Pristine. Great. Awesome. Epilogue, pure trash. And I'm like, so it wasn't that good. No, it's good, but you just said the ending was bad. It's kind of bad, but the story's good. But you just said the ending was bad. But it's good though. And I'm like, What if I'm playing the game, I'm enjoying the game, and all that shit that I did in the game didn't fucking matter, and then I get a poor ending to the story? Then it's like eating food, and then somebody it's like eating food and enjoying it, and then somebody tells you like, hey man, did you like that rat that you ate? And you're like, I ate rat? Yeah man, we picked up this rat in the back of the fucking like restaurant. And I'm like, holy shit, I need to go to the hospital. You see what I'm saying? So I don't care if it tastes good. If I find out that it's shit somewhere, I'm not gonna come out and tell people like, oh shit, it's great. I'm gonna be like, yeah, listen, it's okay. Okay sounds better. If you say great or good until the end, then it's not great at all. The story, I mean.
There's also the fact that you play maybe about a third of the story through the eyes of the Malkavian film noir detective Fabian.
My name's Fabian. I was a vampire, like yourself. A kindred.
Who somehow ended up in Fire's head. And I love Fabian. I really do. He made me cry at one point. His segments are just as skillfully penned and give you an interesting look into the history of Seattle. But
I'm gonna let you in on something. That shit where somebody's inside your brain is running the fuck out. Okay? When it's Keanu Reeves playing as fucking Johnny Silverhand, okay. But sooner or later, you're gonna be like, Johnny, shut the fuck up. It's my time. You see what I'm saying? You feeling what I'm feeling? Because if you keep up this shit where it's like, oh, you got something in your brain and it's always following you. Oh shit. It's like it's running its course. Okay? So if I find another game out there that's an RPG and they're just like, oh, you got somebody in your mind, and I'm like, fucking A, bro. I just don't want that shit anymore. I just don't want any of the, oh man, I'm inside your brain. Perfect example would be Kazan. Berserker Kazan. And I'm just like, he's fine. He has a good voice. But it's just like, man, I gotta... Actually, no. Berserker Kazan doesn't count. Because he's supposed to be a berserker. And it fits with the story and the lore and the character. I take back what I said. But Bloodlines 2, where they're trying to be fucking Cyberpunk 2077, I guarantee you it's not fucking working.
his mind-altering Malkavian powers, like getting someone to recognize you as a different person or reading their surface thoughts, cool idea, but every time you're allowed to use them, it is for a railroaded story beat. There is never a point at which they can be combined or deployed in a clever way that would make me feel like I solved the case, which is another huge wasted opportunity.
No, buddy, sorry.
At the end of the night, this is a story that seems almost annoyed by the fact that it has to offer you any kind of choice at all.
Is that so? Because I think you are out of your depth.
If I may really channel my inner Toreador, I have a complicated love-hate relationship with Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 that feels almost impossible to boil down into a simple thesis statement, or certainly a single-digit number. At times, I want to be alone with it in a moment of passion, and at others, I want to strangle the life out of it.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Just give me the damn verdict. God damn. The flowery fucking talking points with this fucker. God damn. Oh shit. Oh, sometimes I feel like running through the flowers in a meadow, and then other times I want to bash somebody's head in with a cudgel. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, bro. Who wrote this? No wonder the layoffs are happening in IGN. Oh my God, bro. Let's go. We're almost done.
Nested within the things that bug me about it are bits that I love. And in the parts I like the most, I can detect.
It's either going to be a 5 out of 10 or it's probably going to be a 7 out of 10, to be honest, because that's how they think. That's how they always do that shit. It sounds like a 5 out of 10 to me. Like average. It should be average 5 out of 10. But you know what they like to do, okay? You know what they like to do.
The subtle whiff of things I loathe. There's a story well worth experiencing that nevertheless let me down brutally in the end. It gets so much right about how it should feel to play as one of the kindred through every stolen bite and scrappy brawl, while completely ignoring certain crucial aspects of it at the same time. Did I enjoy it? Certainly. That's an easy yes. Would I recommend it? That's a much more complicated question.
All questions, no answers.
Wait. I could say the same about the original Bloodlines as well, despite the two being such different animals. Both are deeply flawed, yet unique and remarkable bites at the apple. Or, I guess, the jugular. That may be the best compliment I can pay it.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking called it.
Of Little Nightmares 3 or Absalom.
I fucking knew it.
Stick with IGN.
I fucking knew it. I knew it. Unfucking-leavable. That's all they ever fucking do. Don't ever let anybody gaslight you in saying like, oh, 7 out of 10, there's a reason that we do 7 out of 10 and make that as the average point instead of 5 out of 10. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's because you want to have that access media bullshit. Of course you want to do a 7 because if you gave it a low score, you might not hear from those developers ever again. Like Bethesda has done that before, where somebody gave their game a bad review and then Bethesda never contacted them and gave them a review code ever again. It's the same thing with IGN, where they go like, I guess that's a 7 out of 10. You know what other game they gave a 7 out of 10? Dustborn. They gave Dustborn a 7 out of 10. Okay? 7 out of 10 is the equivalent of like, they may pass, but we're never going to play this game again. 7 out of 10 is like, well, they put the right diversity in the game, so the game's fine. I mean, we'll give it a 7 out of 10. If it's a game that they really do not like, they will give it a low score. That's what they did with Space Marines 2, my guy. They saw Space Marines 2. I don't think it was IGN. I don't think that's fair. I think IGN got a low score from Screen Rants or someone else. But they gave that fucking Space Marines 2 a low score because they thought it was toxic masculinity. I know what I'm saying sounds fucking weird, but it's absolutely fucking true. There is something that I wanted to bring up. Let's see. Nope, that's something else. Let's see. Yeah. By the way, the person that did this review has said before that in various Steam community discussions that there was one specific instance involved users claiming he suggested all reviewers should not be cis white males, leading to a debate about bias in game reviews. He has also made comments identifying others as straight white males. So, yeah, that's the reviewer for IGN. That's the person right there. The person that loves communists and doesn't like white people or white men, even though he's a white man. Male. That's the guy that's the guy. That's the 7 out of 10. Oh, I don't know if I should recommend this game. 7 out of 10. That's what that is. I don't think I can recommend this game to people. 7 out of 10. Good. That's fucking weird, man. That's fucking weird. Oh my god, they do it constantly. Every single time. Constantly. I don't think I can recommend this game. I don't know about this game. Got 7 out of 10. And I'm like, you just said you wouldn't recommend this game. You just said that. Ugh. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I will put up these hard rants here real soon up on my channel. Feel free to look at them at your leisure. I appreciate all of you coming here. If you would like to sub, do it. If you don't want to sub, if you want to comment and tell me that I'm a bitch, go ahead. I don't care. I don't mind. I'll see you guys next time. We're going to go back to more Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Have a good one. Also, I kind of want to go back to KOTOR. We'll find out. See you guys.